Let me tell you something straight. You weren't built for comfort. Comfort is killing your edge, it's softening your spirit, it's numbing your potential. Every time you choose ease over effort, pleasure over purpose, you're stepping 1 foot closer to a life of regret. And I'm not here to whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I'm here to wake you up. Comfort feels good now, but it costs you later. It robs you slowly, your drive, your hunger, your power. You weren't born to sit, scroll, snack, and sleep your way through life. You were born to rise through the grind, to grow through resistance. That fire in your gut, it's not dead, it's just buried under layers of convenience. You want to be strong? Then you have to face what's breaking you. You don't get muscle without resistance. You don't get courage without fear. You don't get greatness without suffering. Look around. Every person you admire didn't rise through ease. They were punched by life, knocked down, betrayed, broke, alone. But they got back up, not because it was easy, but because they embraced the struggle. They chose to feel the suffering, and that choice made them different. The gym hurts. Waking up early sucks. Failing publicly burns. But that's the process. You either face the pain now and grow, or you avoid it and stay exactly where you are. Most people run from pain like it's poison. But what if suffering isn't the curse? What if it's the invitation, the call to rise? The moment life asks, are you ready to earn your next level? Suffering strips you. It humbles you. It shatters your ego. But it also rebuilds you. You come out harder, hungrier, wiser. It burns away the weakness you didn't know was holding you back. Think about a sword. It's just metal until it meets fire. The fire doesn't ruin it, it forges it. That's you. That's your pain. It's not here to destroy you, it's here to define you. Let's be clear, this path isn't glamorous. It's not shiny. It doesn't get likes, but it's real and it's rare. You're gonna feel pain. You're gonna wanna quit. You're gonna wonder if it's worth it. And that's exactly when you know you're on the right track. Because anything meaningful costs something. Easy doesn't change you, hard does. So stop searching for the shortcut. Stop waiting for a sign. This is it. The struggle is the path. Not around it, not over it, through it. You got two choices. Step into the fire or stay chained to the lie that comfort will make you happy. Because here's the truth, comfort never gives you peace. It only gives you numbness. And numbness isn't living. It's just existing with the volume turned down. So step into the fire. Let it burn away the excuses. Let it melt the masks. Let it carve out the real you, the fighter, the warrior, the one who doesn't run from pain but rises through it. Welcome to the fire. Stay in it and feel the suffering, because that's where your real life begins. Pain isn't chaos, it's curriculum. Every moment you suffer, life is trying to teach you something. Pain is precise. It shows you where the work is. It reveals your limits and then dares you to push past them. We treat pain like punishment, but it's not. It's preparation. The question isn't, why is this happening to me? It's, what is this shaping in me? Think of failure. Think of heartbreak. Think of every time life brought you to your knees. What if those moments weren't meant to break you, but to build you? What if that pain was your greatest teacher, wearing a mask? Your body screams during a workout because it's rebuilding. Your heart aches in loss because it's learning to love deeper. Your soul shatters in disappointment because it's waking up to truth. Growth doesn't just happen in your comfort zone. It happens in the dark, in the silence, in the struggle. Every meaningful change comes with bruises. Every breakthrough demands blood. Ask a mother what childbirth feels like. Ask an athlete what training feels like. Ask a student what discipline feels like. It's all pain, but it all leads to life. Here's the worst kind of pain, the kind you learn nothing from. Wasted sufferings when you go through the fire and come out the same. You numb it, you run from it, you complain about it, and it beats you over and over again while you refuse to grow. Don't waste your pain. If you're gonna suffer, make it count. Let it break the old you. Let it stretch your spirit. Let it forge wisdom, grit, and vision. Real loss with real reflection leads to real transformation. But pain without purpose, that's just torture. Every time you avoid discomfort, you delay your destiny. You stall your growth. You miss the lesson. You can either feel the pain now or feel the regret later. That's the trade. And the longer you run from it, the more it owns you. You stay stuck. You stay weak. You stay small. So stop running. Sit in the discomfort. Ask the hard questions. Face what hurts. There's gold buried in the suffering, but you'll never find it if you keep sprinting toward comfort. What if this pain isn't an interruption? What if it's the assignment? That heartbreak, that failure, that diagnosis, what if it's not a detour, but the doorway to the next version of you? Pain is often disguised as tragedy, but underneath is transformation. It doesn't always make sense when you're in it, but one day you'll look back and say, that moment wrecked me and rebuilt me. The burn you're feeling right now, it might be the very thing that carries you to your purpose. Pain is the bridge. You just have to cross it. Pain doesn't automatically make you better. It's what you do with it that matters. You either use your suffering or it uses you. Suffering that builds you is chosen, it's faced, it's studied, it's respected. That kind of pain builds champions. It builds leaders. It builds people who don't break when life hits hard. But suffering that breaks you is avoided. It's ignored. It's numbed with distractions. That kind of pain makes victims, not victors. So which will you choose? Will you feel the suffering and let it sharpen you, or will you dodge it and stay the same? Use the pain. Learn from the fire. Turn your suffering into strength. Comfort is seductive. It wraps around you like a warm blanket. It feels safe, easy, harmless. But let me tell you the truth, comfort is a silent killer. It doesn't show up with fangs or a fight. It shows up with softness, with distractions, with justifications. And before you know it, you've been lulled to sleep. Not a peaceful sleep, but a slow death of your ambition, your discipline, your purpose. It doesn't scream, it whispers, just rest a little more. You deserve it. But here's what you deserve: growth, challenge, meaning, not a padded cage dressed up as a peaceful life. Comfort sells you a lie. The happiness comes from ease, from no stress, from no risk. But the truth is, everything valuable, everything worthwhile comes with a fight. You don't get fit by lying down. You don't build wealth by being passive. You don't grow stronger by avoiding pressure. The lie feels good in the short term, but it robs you in the long term. It steals your drive, your energy, your confidence. Look around. People chasing easy aren't happy, they're empty. Because a life without challenge is a life without pride. Every hour you waste in passive comfort is an hour your dream starves. While you binge, scroll, snooze, your goals decay. You say, one day I'll start, but one day becomes never. There's someone out there grinding through the pain. Someone building while you're watching. Someone bleeding while you're scrolling. And that someone is getting ahead because they're willing to feel what you keep avoiding. You want what they have, but are you willing to suffer like they did? You admire the athlete, but they train when it's cold, when it hurts, when it's lonely. You admire the leader, but they made choices that cost them comfort, popularity, even sleep. You admire the artist, but they went broke chasing their passion while you stayed safe. The difference? They bled. You binge. They sacrificed. You scrolled. They moved. You waited. And if that doesn't sting, it should. Here's the deal. If you live soft, life gets hard. You avoid discomfort now, it comes back stronger. You hide from the work, the consequences find you later. But if you face the fire now, if you push through the suffering, life begins to respect you. Discipline today makes freedom tomorrow. Pain today makes peace later. That's the trade. You either pay now or you pay forever. Comfort is a cage. And if you stay in it long enough, you'll forget you're even locked inside. You'll become tame, safe, predictable, and eventually powerless. You were not made for a padded prison. You were made for battle, for movement, for growth. So break the cage, rip it apart with your choices. Choose hard, choose effort, choose suffering that leads somewhere. Because if you don't break the cage, You'll become as pet fed but never free. You step into the challenge and boom, the fire hits. The pain shows up fast. It's physical, it's emotional, it shocks your system, your body screams, your brain wants out. That's the moment most people quit, because the first burn always hurts the most. It's the realization that this path isn't just hard, it's gonna cost something. But guess what? That fire is the entrance fee to your next level. No fire, no forge, no struggle, no strength. That little voice creeps in fast. This is too much. I'm not built for this. I don't have it in me. Everyone hears it. Everyone, even the strongest. The difference isn't who hears the voice. The difference is who listens. You can't let that voice become your truth. You got to answer back, loud, firm. Yes, it hurts, but I'm still here. Yes, I'm tired, but I'm not done. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving anyway. The fire doesn't just burn at tests. It gives you a moment, a crossroad. You can break or you can become. Become what? Become who you said you wanted to be. The version of you that doesn't fold when life hits back. The one who doesn't just talk discipline but lives it. This moment is where everything changes. Not on the stage, not in the spotlight, right here in the fire. No applause, no audience, just you and the choice to rise or run. You've got to kill your ego to grow. That voice that says, I already know, I shouldn't have to struggle, I shouldn't fail. That voice is poison. Let it die. Because when ego dies, the fighter wakes up, the humble learner, the gritty warrior, the one who doesn't care how messy it gets, only that they don't stop. This is the secret. Ego hides your weakness, but suffering exposes it. And that's how you get strong. You're sweating, shaking, maybe even crying, and you think it's a breakdown, but what if it's not? What if it's a breakthrough? Think of a butterfly. The cocoon doesn't gently open, it tears, rips. It's violent, but it's necessary, because the struggle to break free is what gives the butterfly its wings. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. You are becoming. Most people never get to the good part because they quit right before it. They don't stay long enough to see who they could have been. They leave the fire before it shapes them. They abandon the suffering right before it delivers the breakthrough. So stay with it. Stay in the discomfort. Stay in the stretch. That's where the power lives. That's where the transformation happens. You don't find yourself in the easy. You find yourself in the fight. Pain starts in the body, but the war is won or lost in the mind. Your legs might ache, your heart might race, but your mind gets the final vote. You can train your mind to say, keep going, even when everything in your body screams stop. Your limits aren't just physical, they're mental. And if you don't master your mind, the suffering will master you. Call it out. Don't run from it. Don't pretend it's not there. Name it. I feel fear. I feel doubt. I feel exhausted. When you name the pain, you take power over it. You make it tangible, something you can confront. Ignoring pain doesn't make you strong. Owning it does. Because what you don't name, you can't tame. And what you avoid owns you. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? That question keeps you stuck. Start asking, what now? That question moves you forward. Everyone gets hurt. Everyone struggles. The difference is mindset. Victims ask, why me? Warriors ask, what now? One stays in the past. The other steps into power. Every time life hits, don't whine. Respond. React. Adapt. Ask better questions, and you'll get better answers. Your thoughts are seeds. What you plant is what you grow. Plant fear, and you grow anxiety. Plant doubt, and you grow hesitation. Plant grit, and you grow resilience. Plant purpose, and you grow power. Your mind is soil. Guard it, weed it, feed it with thoughts that serve you, not sabotage you. Use your mind as a weapon, not a weakness. Not all pain is equal. Dumb pain repeats. Smart pain teaches. Smart suffering is intentional. You don't just hurt, you harvest. You study the pain. You extract the lessons. You use it as fuel. That's how you build mental armor. Not by avoiding the blows, but by taking them and learn how to stand taller every time. Smart suffering doesn't just make you tougher. It makes you unstoppable. Let me tell you something. The biggest lie you've been sold is that you need motivation to take action. You don't. You never did. And if you're sitting around waiting for the perfect moment, the right vibe, or that magical burst of inspiration, you're gonna waste years of your life. Motivation is a mood. It comes and goes like the weather. But success, that demands consistency. And consistency doesn't care how you feel. It only cares what you do. Ask anyone who's achieved anything worth talking about. Did they always feel like showing up? No. They showed up anyway. You feel the discomfort, and your first instinct is to pull back. I'm tired. I'm not in the mood. It's not the right time. That's not a stop sign. That's your launch pad. That's the exact moment to go, because pain isn't a wall, it's a trigger. It's your body telling you this is where you grow. The moment you feel resistance, don't back off. Lean in. That's where the change lives. That's where the power starts to form. Forget the playlists. Forget the pump-up quotes. You don't need someone to scream in your face to do the work. You need grit. The kind of grit that wakes up early even when you're exhausted. That says no to excuses, even when they sound reasonable. Grit is choosing to keep your promises to yourself long after the mood you made them in has disappeared. That's where strength is built. Not in the fire of motivation, but in the cold, quiet room where no one's watching and you still show up. You'll never feel like doing the hard things all the time. That's not weakness. That's reality. So stop relying on your emotions to lead your actions. Let your commitments lead. Let your why lead. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? Let that fuel you when the feelings fade. And here's the truth. The more you act, the more motivation follows. Action breeds emotion, not the other way around. Look at the greats. Kobe didn't always feel like practicing at 4 a.m. He did it anyway. J.K. Rowling didn't feel like writing after rejection number 10. She wrote anyway. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before the light bulb worked. Think he felt like it on attempt number 987? Motivation didn't build them. Relentless action did. So next time you tell yourself, I don't feel like it, remember, that's your cue. That's the moment champions are made. You don't get to avoid pain. No one does. You just get to choose which kind you live with. You can suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, the pain of pushing yourself every day, or the pain of knowing you could have, but didn't. Either way, there's gonna be pain. So the real question is, which pain are you willing to suffer for? Discipline hurts. Waking up early when you want to sleep. Working out when your body aches. Saying no when everyone else says yes is hard. But regret, that pain lasts longer. The pain of looking back and saying, I could have done more. I could have been better, but I chose easy instead. One pain makes you, the other breaks you. Choose wisely. Growth is uncomfortable. It forces you to stretch, to shed old skin, to step into the unknown. But staying the same, that's its own hell. That's waking up every day feeling stuck, watching the years pass, knowing you're capable of more but never doing anything about it. You think growth is risky? Staying stagnant is the real danger, because nothing changes until you do. When you dodge the small pains today, you invite bigger pains tomorrow. Skip the gym now, deal with poor health later. Avoid tough conversations now, deal with broken relationships later. Ignore your goals now, wrestle with mediocrity for life. Every shortcut leads to a longer road. Every avoided challenge comes back with interest. So face the pain now or suffer the consequences later. That's the trade. You're gonna bleed in life. That's a given. But are you bleeding because you're fighting for something beautiful or because you're tangled in excuses? Roses have thorns, but they bloom with beauty. Weeds have thorns too, but they choke the life out of everything around them. Choose your fight. Choose your struggle. Choose your suffering. and make sure it's building something worth bleeding for. You're not avoiding pain. You're picking which pain shapes you. So many people think they're playing it safe by avoiding discomfort, but they're not avoiding pain, they're just choosing the wrong kind. Let your pain shape you, not shrink you. Say to yourself every day, I'm willing to suffer, but only for something that matters. That mindset will make you unstoppable. Not once a week, not when it's convenient, daily. That doesn't mean you need to collapse every night from exhaustion. It means you need to touch pain on purpose. Challenge yourself on purpose. Stretch yourself on purpose. Comfort never created anything legendary. Consistent discomfort is how warriors are made. Every time you say yes to discomfort, you earn a scar. A good one. One that says, I showed up today. You woke up early when your bed begged you to stay. You worked out when no one was watching. You studied when you could have scrolled. You chose broccoli over pizza. You made a decision that made you better, not easier. Each of these choices, micro scars, tiny victories. And over time, they become armor. You want to win big? Then win small every single day. Wake up when the alarm goes off the first time. Show up to your commitments, even when no one else does. Stay up when others clock out. Success is built in moments so small, most people miss them. But not you. Not anymore. Let your aches remind you you're alive. You're in the game. You're not spectating, you're fighting. Pain is proof you're pushing. Scars are signs you're evolving. Wear them like badges. Honor the ache. It's the body's way of saying, you did something hard and you didn't quit. You want to be great? Then pay the rent. Every single day, the world asks you, do you still want this? And your answer is paid in pain, in discipline, in uncomfortable action. That's the rent. It's due daily. And the minute you stop paying, you start falling behind. So choose to hurt. Choose to sweat. Choose the daily grind. Because greatness doesn't go on sale. It's full price. And pain is the currency. Let me ask you something. Who are you without the struggle? If life removed every obstacle, if pain never touched you again, if everything came easy, who would you be? Would you still be proud of that person? Because comfort might make your life easier, but it won't make your life meaningful. It's the fire that shapes you, the scars that tell your story, the fight that gives your life weight. You want to know what kind of person you're becoming? Look at how you handle suffering. Do you lean in or do you run? The world doesn't need more people who quit when it gets hard. It needs warriors, people who've been through the storm and stayed standing, people who've been broken and got back up stronger. When you feel the suffering and stay, you don't just change yourself. You become someone others can count on. You become the example, the steady hand in chaos, the one who didn't flinch when life hit hardest. That's how leaders are born, not from comfort, but from crisis. And when you rise through pain, your presence becomes permission for others to rise too. You don't just endure for you. You endure for everyone watching. Your kids, your siblings, your friends, your team, your future self. They're watching how you handle pressure, how you deal with failure, how you respond when it all falls apart. Will you model strength or surrender? Teach them that suffering isn't weakness. It's a bridge, a test, a gift. Show them that pain doesn't have to be permanent, but quitting can be. Every scar tells a story of a battle, a season, a choice. The question is, what will your scars say? Will they say, I avoided the hard things? Or will they say, I faced what tried to break me and I came back stronger? Your legacy isn't in what you say, it's in what you endure. The strength you pass down, the courage you leave behind. And the truth is, no one ever remembers a person who played it safe. They remember the ones who bled with purpose. So suffer well, endure strong, leave something worth standing on. Feel it, that burn in your chest, that ache in your soul, that fire in your gut. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Don't bury it. Feel it, because pain is not the problem. Avoidance is. Every time you flee the suffering, you rob yourself of the transformation on the other side. Feel it, welcome it, invite it in, look it in the eye and say, I'm not afraid of you anymore. Because the people who grow, the people who change the game are the ones who lean into what everyone else escapes. And once you feel it fully, then you can learn from it. Every scar is a lesson. Every bruise, a teacher. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the professor of power. Let me be brutally honest with you. If it doesn't hurt, it's not growth. If your legs aren't burning, you didn't run far enough. If your heart isn't racing, you didn't dream big enough. If your comfort zone isn't crumbling, you're not stepping far enough. So if it hurts good, that means something's working. That means you're not flatlining. You're not coasting. You're climbing. Growth always starts with pain. Change always demands a cost. And suffering is the down payment on becoming someone new. Think about a diamond. It starts as cold, dark, buried, unseen. Then comes the pressure, the heat, the cuts. The diamond doesn't complain. It doesn't resist. It doesn't beg for ease. It knows what's coming. It was made for this. It understands that the pressure is part of the process. You're the same. You were never meant to stay stuck in the dirt. You were made to shine. But shine costs. And part of the price is pain. So stop wishing for less pressure. Start getting stronger under it. Freedom doesn't come from ease. It doesn't come from escape. It comes from earning it through fire, through fight, through faith. You want emotional freedom? Learn to face discomfort. You want physical freedom? Embrace the grind. You want spiritual freedom? Walk through the valley without losing your fire. Feel the suffering. Don't numb it. Don't delay it. Don't deny it. Because the people who live the fullest lives aren't the ones who avoided pain. They're the ones who felt it, faced it, and grew through it. So here's your final call. Feel the suffering, feel it, and get back up. Feel it and keep moving. Feel it and become who you're meant to be. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Your struggle is your shaping. Your pain is your proof. And your suffering, when you feel it fully, is the path to your freedom. So don't flee the fire, walk into it and rise from it.